Everybody, Sean's been with us for over 10, maybe 12 years, and is a big part of our program, and does a great job for us, and is a great inspiration to me and the guys as well. So,
No doubt.
Sean, you want to start us off? He'll think some stuff.
Yeah.
Take your time, Sean. Okay, guys.
Yeah, so we're here with Trinity College. Big win over Hood today to advance to another Elite Eight. We're here with Trevor McDonald, Henry Vetter, Drew Lazar, Jarello Cargo, and head coach James Cosgrove and team manager Sean Chamberlain. So, Cos, what are your thoughts on the win today?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job. Hood is very, very good. They're so explosive offensively. I was worried about their explosiveness on their offensive end, and I thought we did a pretty good job both halves, especially the second half until like the 2 or 3 minute mark. We had kept them pretty well in check defensively, so that was huge for us. And then they run a real good 2-3 zone, and I thought we got the ball to the right spots, got some great looks, got some inside out stuff, and did a good job executing our offense for sure.
Yeah, so guys, of course, this was kind of your last game here in the Coop. Why don't you take a few moments to kind of talk about the experience and what it's meant to play here?
Well, it's been a great experience for my freshman year to now. Just the progression of how we've overcome and progressed as a class. Going back to my freshman year to now, it's just a different feeling. Going in our freshman year, it was like our season. We weren't really happy with what we did, but looking back, it's like we've done so much. It's low-key emotional now thinking about it. But yeah, it's good that we ended off on a good win.
Yeah, I want to interject on that. I mean, these four have been so special to me personally and to our program. So we couldn't ask anything more from a group of seniors now. But when they came in together and the progress they made as players, but more importantly, the progress they made as individuals and young men is unbelievable, and I'm just really proud to be their coach.
Yeah. So Trevor, you get the start today. Good minutes for you when normally coming off the bench. Would you feel like stepping into that role today?
Yeah, Tristan wasn't feeling that well this week, but we're not going to make excuses. There's no asterisks like, oh, T wasn't feeling well. It was just next man up mentality. The same thing when I was sick during the Ncaa championship. Everyone else had to step up, so that's what I had to do today. And I'm just glad we got the win.
Yep. Henry, you got 20 points today, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, but we saw you battle a little foul trouble. What can you say for the effort while getting through the fouls?
Yeah, just happy to help my team win, and I got confidence. I'm fortunate enough that when I do get in foul trouble, we've got really good players coming in the game, and not every team has that luxury. So, I know at least if I'm coming out, I got someone I trust, someone who works hard, and someone who's going to be about the right stuff all the time, and that's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when I'm coming out and someone else is coming in, like Jared or Bengali or anyone off the bench, really. They're all just as capable of me of playing our ball, and that's what we did tonight.
Drew, double today, 10 boards, team high, game high right there. What do you pride yourself on being able to be such an effective rebounder from the guard position?
Well, I said this in the past. Everybody else on the court makes my job easy when getting rebounds. They do the hard work, really. They box out, and I'm just go get the rebound. So really, shout out to my teammates for doing all the hard work. It's really easy to just, if they're boxing everybody out, and I'm just gonna go get the rebound. So really shout out to them.
Yeah, I thought Drew's 3 blocks actually were the kind of the jump starter for the second half, just in terms of not giving them anything. And I mean, those were like in like a minute 30 seconds. It just seemed like I'd see the ball, and next thing I know, Drew would have it in his hands, and that's a good feeling when we got someone like him stopping their best player.
Yeah. Rel, game high, or you had 24 for a team high today, 11 from 22. I feel like a few of them more could have gone in. How are you feeling on the floor today?
I mean, I'm honestly glad that I'm just able to run up and down the court with these guys now. And it's been a tough couple of weeks, but now I'm good to be able to be back with my team and send us 4 seniors out the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to pick up on that. Jarrell's always in the gym. He's always working on shots. So like any shot he shoots, and that's anybody. Any shot that anybody shoots, we're confident because we're always in the gym working on it. So Jarrell shoots 22 shots. I believe all 22's going in. So and that's with anybody. So.
And so win today, you guys heading back to Fort Wayne. What are the kind of the thoughts on that? And it looks like we might be facing a familiar Ncaa foe in Tufts.
I'm excited to catch a tan in Fort Wayne and be with my guys in the Midwest. I know me and Nate are from the Midwest, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, I think obviously the last 2 trips were very different. I think, you know, our sophomore year was a very different experience than last year, and I think even more so this year, we're really just excited to go out there and play more than anything. I think it's less about, obviously we love traveling and the experience as a team, but we're really excited to keep playing ball, and hopefully we have our best basketball in front of us.
And we got another week together.
Yeah,
Facts.
I was just gonna say, I'm honestly just glad that we get to have another week together. And we say, you know, if we don't get to celebrate our spring break in Fort Wayne, then it's not a good spring break, so.
Very true.
And we go on
No-
vacation whenever we want.
no
but
one
we can't
made-
always win championships.
No one on our team is making any progress spring break plans. We all planned on going to Fort Wayne, and I'm glad we executed.
Yeah, awesome. So Shawnee, any final words for the guys?
Nah, I just love these guys. Like, they're like, for the 13 and 14 years I've been here, like, this is like one of the best things I've ever seen.
We love you, Sean.
And we're very lucky to have Sean because
Facts.
I think I mean, when he's given us juice, especially pre-game and on the sideline, that's very special, and obviously he's a big inspiration to everyone in our program.
Yeah, awesome.
Quick
All right.
question, Sean, who's your favorite class?
Favorite class at
Trinity
Trinity.
class.
Since I've been here.
Yeah.
Sean, you
Come
should
on,
have to
Sean.
think about
This is
it.
easy. Come on, Sean.
This is a layup.
Come on.
Okay, this is my, yeah, top. This is my top.
Top
Hey!
That's a great answer.
All right, thank you guys.
I wouldn't have accepted it.
All right, we're here with Hood College head coach Chad Dickman and student athletes Garrett Cox and Javon Yarborough. So, Coach Dickman, what are your thoughts on today's game?
Obviously disappointing. I thought we came up here and played. We were capable of playing. We could definitely come out here with a win. But that start, they jumped on us early, 12-0, was not ideal. And kind of a little bit of a deer in headlights. But proud of the way our guys fought back after that. And I think we were in the game until about 4 minutes up or so. We were halfway away. Obviously, a tough team to beat on their home court. Number 1 in the country for a reason. I just thought, unfortunately, I thought we kind of got away from how we play and just didn't give them as many, actions on offense to force them into miscommunications. And I thought we made it a little bit easier on them than it probably should have been. And a lot of that's on me. Just I got to kind of rein that in and make sure we reinforce that. But they're really good. I mean, they defend. They do everything well. They're strong. They're big. They rebound. They don't turn the ball over. And I think their pressure defensively and their physicality is part of the reason why we didn't get into our normal as many actions as we usually do. So credit to them, but definitely I know our guys are kind of disappointed on our end because offensively we're usually better than that.
Coach, I know you mentioned their pressure sort of getting you guys out of rhythm a little bit. What about seeing it in person versus on film and practicing for? What was really maybe the big difference there that sort of you guys had to sort of adjust to throughout the game?
Yeah, I think just physicality and the pressure where they got some big kids that move their feet really well, and it's tough to simulate that in practice, especially just from a physical standpoint. But they also just got too many shots around the rim, and it was one of those things where we needed to be a little bit more physical. I thought we were much better in the second half as far as from a rebounding standpoint and just being more physical under the basket. Got caught for some fouls, but I was fine with that. I told the guys at halftime, like, this game is going to come down to physicality, and if they're the more physical team in the second half, then this is going to be a blowout. So I was proud of our guys. I think we stepped it up from that standpoint. But yeah, just tough to prepare for without playing against them. We're seeing them in person. On film they look good, but just like you said, definitely different when you're up here and in the mix of everything.
Yeah. And Javon and Garrett, just what is it like kind of just seeing their defense on the court, and how did you guys sort of feel maybe it was a struggle at first, and how maybe sort of tried to adjust to it throughout the game?
I mean, obviously, like Coach said, they're good defenders. Good. They're a great team in general, and they hang their hat on defense. And at the end of the day, they're good defenders. And then when you combine that with us not running our actions as much as we should have, and at the end of the day, it's like nothing that today was on him. And I'll take a lot of responsibility for offense. Like, balls in my hands for 40 minutes. I need to do a better job of getting us into our actions, getting us into stuff. So I'll take responsibility on that. But at the end of the day, we didn't execute, and we didn't give them a chance to mess up. I mean, we put up 71, and I feel like we were horrible on offense tonight. If we go out and we run a couple more actions each play, I don't see how we don't score 90 points, or at least make it a closer game. And I mean, we didn't shoot great from 3, 5 for 17. Turnovers, we had 14 turnovers. So yeah, I'll like I said, I'll take responsibility for that. But we just have to. And at the end of the day, it's learning for us. Next year we'll be bringing a good amount of our guys back, and I feel like now, these guys were here last year. They won the national championship. Like, this is a first for us. So this is just a stepping stone for us. Good learning point.
Yeah, I mean, they're disciplined. They do what they do. They're number 1 in the country for a reason. There's a reason, they're defending national champions, and they're going to compete for that again this year. It's tough to go out there. I think we could have been more locked in, more disciplined on our side, but it's hard to go out there and try to score a lot of points on a team that defends like they do, that you've never seen before. So yeah.
Do you think maybe there was a little bit of shell shock at the beginning of the game, and that's sort of what caused you guys to go down? And like you said, you guys sort of did grow into it after that, but just those opening 3 or 4 minutes was a little bit of a sort of shock, of sort of a wake-up call of what you were in for.
Honestly, I don't think it was shock. I think it was just lack of execution. Like when I went out there, or just in general the past week, like nobody's been nervous. You know what I mean? Nobody's like, oh, they're the number one team. It's like, hey, this is the number one team. This is what we want. Like we were excited to play them. And I think, you know, once we got down 12-0, we called the timeout. We talked in the timeout. We're like, okay, we're good. And I mean, we were down the whole game, but never once, you know, was anybody nervous or anybody like, oh, we're gonna lose. It was just, you know, we got down. But I'm so proud of the guys. You know, they fought back. I mean, we went down 12-0 and we could have said, oh, you know what, they're really good. We're done trying. But we fought. We got it within single digits at one point. But you know, they executed more than us, and that's just what it came down to.
Yeah, I mean, basketball's a game that runs, and they got theirs at the very beginning of the game. But like Vaughn said, like we didn't roll over and die. Like we just kept fighting. And, you know, regardless of what the final score says, I feel like we went out there and we battled the entire time.
And just more broadly, just what I guess obviously the season's over now, but what can you really just sort of look back on the season and just be proud of with all the sort of program records you guys set this year? You know, conference championship, first NCAA tournament win, first Sweet 16 appearance, highest ranking ever. Just what is the season going to sort of live on past this moment in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we just did so many things that have never been done before by any sport in our school's history. And you know, when we needed to win a big game, we won the big game. This was the first time where you know, I thought it was a really important big game that we didn't come out and win. But you know, like these guys were awesome. I mean, to go through our schedule and play all the teams that we played and only lose 4 games is just unbelievable. Just the consistency that these guys showed, the will to win. You know, just so proud of these guys, because you know, we're like, you're looking at the Sweet 16, you're like, well, you know, there's kind of one odd name out. It's probably Hood College, you know. In our quadrant, you just got all, you know, the NESCAC schools, and so I told these guys they're overachievers, they're winners, and you know, all the accolades and praise that they've gotten and attention, like they deserve all of it, because they've really just fought through everything and worked hard to build our program up to where it's at right now. And again, took the defending national champs on their home floor to knock us off. So you know, no shame in that. Hat tip to Trinity, but you know, wouldn't trade these guys for anyone else in the country.
Joe, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, like Coach said, I'm so proud of everyone. Like, the coaching staff through 1 through 16 on the court. You know, like outside of Hood, and even some of the students there didn't think we were gonna do what we were gonna do. I feel like outside of our team and then our families, like nobody thought that we were gonna do what we were gonna do. You know, we all got Twitter. We're all looking at like the D3 brackets. Like half the brackets didn't even have us winning our first game, and then every bracket after that had us losing to Redlands. So it's just, you know, we beat the odds every single time it was stacked against us. And you know, I'm really just so proud of everybody. Even the guys that don't play, they bring great energy every single day to practice, and I think that's a big reason of, you know, why we're where we're at right now. So, you know, I love all the guys on the team, the coaching staff, and I'm just, you know, we made history. We did what we weren't supposed to do. So I'm just really proud of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here. I'm a graduate student. This is my 5th year, and just seeing what Coach Dickman has done with this program since I've been here, like it's amazing just to see what we've gotten to this point right now. Like I talked about, Sweet 16, clinching all-out conference champion. Just to see the growth and the progress that this program's made just in the last 4 or 5 years, it's really something to be proud of. It's really special. Again, we got a lot of guys coming back. I potentially have another year left. So if we could run it back with this same group again, I think we're going to be very dangerous next year.
And Coach, I know you mentioned this as a stepping stone. Where do you see this group taking this next year, especially if you do have just about everybody coming back?
Yeah, I mean, I think the sky's the limit. I mean, we've shown we can compete with anyone in the country. Again, like, you know, I didn't think we played very well today, and you know, I thought we were in the game till about 4 or 5 minutes left. You know, they might not have played that well either. You know, but you know, I know if we play well, we can win every game we play, especially if we shoot the ball well. But you know, we're not gonna come back next year and have a goal of, you know, just trying to make the tournament. You know, our goal is gonna be to try to win a national championship. And again, just kind of, you know, making some progress every year. You know, hopefully we can get past Sweet 16 next year. But you know, there are great teams that don't get to. There's great teams that don't make the NCAA tournament. You know, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So anytime you can get this far, it's impressive. But you know, our goal is going to be higher than this, and you know, hopefully keep pushing it each year. But we definitely have the horses coming back to make a run. It's just a matter of, you know, an off season. We just gotta, you know, put as much work in as possible and be locked in mentally. And again, like I said, I think the sky's the limit for these guys because they know how to win. And you know, maybe next year we can potentially play a game like this at home.
That's it for us. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.